Hello and welcome back to the channel. We've had 96 councils out of the 136 councils in England that have given their results of the local elections, and Labour's getting a complete utter pasting. At the time that I wrote the numbers down, Reform have got 981 seats, which is up 979. The Lib Dems have 661 seats, up 97. Labour have 643, down 826. Conservatives 558 seats, down 459. Greens have got 323, which is up 237. And Independents were on 111, which is down 13. So it looks like Reform is going to be the largest party by far on the local level. This doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing, because Reform are now going to have to prove themselves when they're in power, just like the Reform MPs have to. And now they can't just slag everyone off, do nothing, and just consider themselves outside the picture. What this means for Keir Starmer is he should fall on his sword, which he doesn't look like he's planning to, because he never takes responsibility for anything. He's probably going to put down the Labour losses to Jeremy Corbyn. It's all his fault. Or anti-Semitic Jews. When really, everything is his own fault. Now, he's still safe in his position. He will still be an MP even if he gets ousted as leader. He won't be Prime Minister anymore, but he'll still be an MP. But how long's that going to last? Because it's quite possible that, given such a drubbing, his constituency might decide they need to recall him and set off a by-election, which would be lovely. Now, I'm going to bring it right down to my local area. My local area, my ward, has 3 seats. They have been Labour for as long as I've been living here, which is 27 years. As far as I know, it's been Labour forever. At least while I've been taking note. So from 2010 onwards, I know for definite it's been Labour held. No one even got a close look in. Reform took all 3. They have virtually taken over the entire council at this point. And that's not a good look. But like I said, they are now going to be tested. They said they can do better in power. Well, it's very well saying, I can do better when you're outside. But when you're in the tent, you are going to be held accountable for everything you do. And this council is not in the best of positions as it is, because the Tories, when they were in charge of the council, got the council into so much debt. We owe other councils money. Some of that some of the losses have been recouped so we can pay off, but we're still in a lot of debt. And we have a Starmerite MP, so she has got us some money to tide us over from central government. I don't think central government is going to be too happy on giving a reform council any money, even if it's to prop up their MP, because they've been trying to copy reform, they've been trying to take reform voters, and all they've done is built up reform. Why do people who were going to vote reform want to go with Labour, the Starmer regime, which is basically reform light at this point? Why would they want to go with reform light when they're going to go with the original? Now, in the local area, I don't recognise the names of the successful candidates in the broader, not just in my ward, but in the broader council, which means we could be having almost an entire council that has absolutely no idea how to run a local authority. There might be some, because I know there have been some reform candidates or people who jumped ship from reform and said they were independent, or rather they were Brexit Party, but Brexit Party, Reform, UKIP, it's all the same. So there may be some that know what they're doing, at least a little bit, but there might be a lot of people, and this goes across the country as well. There may be a lot of new reform councillors that have absolutely no idea what they're doing. And because it's been such a landslide towards reform, a lot of people who did have some knowledge of what's going on, who might have helped out their local authority colleagues, aren't going to be there. So not only do reform have to make good on their promise that they're going to do better than the other parties, they're going to have to do it while learning on the job. Now, yes, everyone who becomes a councillor has to learn on the job, but they usually have some kind of mentor within the party structure who has been a councillor, or who is a councillor at the time that they are newly elected. I don't know whether that's true of the reform lot. So it's going to be interesting, isn't it? If they fail at the local authority level, and they keep saying, oh, we're going to cut your taxes, that's what they said. Although Nigel Farage, the famous descendant of immigrants from France and Germany, has said, oh, we said nothing about council tax. Well, it's a tax, and you said reform was for lower taxes. So in a lot of the areas that have had reform councils, their council tax has gone up. And I think there was at least one that put it up at the maximum that it could, the maximum that the law allowed. So let's see how Nige gets around this. Because if they screw it up, now I don't like reform. I'm a lefty, they're far right. At the local level, I hope they do well. I really do. I hope they actually do manage to make a difference. Better for everyone. But if they screw it up at the local level, no one's going to give them a chance to do it at the national level. Not unless they're real masochists. So we are in interesting times. Are we going to see reform do something tremendous and prove everyone that they really can do everything better? Or are they going to crash and burn? What happens between now and the next general election is going to be crucial for reform if they want to form a government, which, judging by the opinion polls, they are quite likely to do. But they have to really do well at the local level. And I'm talking about results-wise, because they're already doing well in conning people to vote for them. Can they turn that into actual results? And if they do well with the results, then there's more chance that people will vote for them in the general election. If they become a complete utter shambles at the local level, no one's going to give them a chance at the national level. And the Greens will be having this same problem. They would have to be absolutely fireproof and deliver change, good change, positive change at the local level for anyone to give them a chance at the national level. So I'm not doing this because I'm against reform, because I am. I don't like them. I don't like the Conservatives either. But you've got to have a decent record at the local level to then try and take the national level. So it will be very interesting to see. I'm worried. I would like to see them do well. I really would. Prove me wrong. Unfortunately, that means that if they did win the next general election, people like me would be royally screwed. Now, there are some people out there who will be very happy at that. And I'm sure if reform wanted to put us in gas chambers, anyone with a mental health problem or anyone with a ADHD or autism, I'm pretty sure he'd like to gas us all if he wanted, just to get rid of us, because Farage has absolutely no compassion. But he will also be doing something that he says he's a patriot, but he wants to get rid of the NHS. He says he doesn't, but he actually does. He's said thousands of times that he wants to bring in a sort of US style healthcare system. And being a patriot, he should want to do, he should want to keep stuff that made Britain great. And the NHS made Britain great. Very little else has made Britain great. And that's a real problem, because we had, when we were a member of the EU, we had a seat at the table. We had a lot of weight diplomatically. Now we are absolutely the bitch of America and Israel. So, you know, if I was Nigel Farage, and thank God I'm not, I would be rethinking what he wants to do should he get into power. Because if you want to be a patriot and actually sell yourself as a real patriot, you have to do things that aren't going to harm the citizens of the country you are going to be leading. Anyway, that's it for now. We are, like I said, we're getting into some very interesting times. The two-party system definitely seems to have been destroyed. Where we go now is anyone's guess. Are we going to take the high road and do what's best, both internally and internationally? Or are we going to go to hell? The decision is going to be yours in 3 years' time. With any luck, I won't be here. Hopefully it won't be because of Nigel Farage putting me in a gas chamber, but there you go. But I just feel so worn out that I probably won't be around for the next general election. Anyway, on that really depressing note, if you like this video, please click the like button, share it among your friends, if, unlike me, you've got some. Tell me what you think by leaving a comment below, and if you want more videos like this on varied topics, then click the subscribe button and the notification bell so you know when the next video has been dropped. And I hope I do see you soon.